Hey guys, the Bootleg Kev podcast is presented by PrizePicks. If you support the good work we do here, use the promo code Bootleg. Sign up for PrizePicks, man. What that does is you spend $5 on a lineup, they're going to give you $50 in free lineups. And it's legal damn near everywhere, including California, including Texas. And it's awesome. You just put together lineups of how you think things are going to go with certain players, all right, on certain teams, football, basketball, whatever it is. Basketball, it's point, rebounds, assists. You could combine all three if you want. It could be Jokic, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. You can say, I think he's going to get more than this. He's going to hit more than 2 3-pointers, whatever it is. They set the lines. You put the lineups together, and you get it popping. Of course, NFL season, we're in the midst of it right now. Same thing. You think someone's going to get more than a touchdown, more than a certain amount of receiving yards. You just put your lineup together, all right? And when you do that with that promo code Bootleg, put a $5 lineup together, they're going to give you $50 in free lineups. Man, we running it up. PrizePicks. Download it right now. Let's get into the interview. Yo, it's the Bootleg Kev podcast, man. Special guest in here. Carson's finest, Rass Kass.
Oh, man. Thank you, brother. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir, man.
Thank you.
Yo, I got to give you props, man, because you have, I feel like when we, I always say that there's like certain like guys on this planet who are just like, have like mastered the art of like lyricism.
Working at it.
I feel like you are one of the like earlier dudes in my life where I was like, yo, this guy's fucking different. Like you, Canibus, there's like this aspect of guys who just mastered.
Thank you.
Just lyricism in a way that was just so unique, man.
I appreciated that.
Yeah, man. And the other thing I want to give you props. The first thing I want to ask you about is one of the first songs that ever like I felt like kind of sparked my brain as a kid was Nature of the Threat.
Yeah.
On Soul on Ice.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of like, obviously there was like revolutionary, like conscious shit, but that was like that record was different, man.
I always say that record was completely selfish. I liked history. I always liked it. So I was kind of like a class clown, but then I was kind of like, I'm talking about like in middle school, junior high school and shit. So I liked history though for some reason. And I was asking questions that sometimes the teacher didn't answer. So I just really wrote Nature of the Threat, obviously inspired by, KRS-One, You Must Learn and all that type of stuff. But I was just trying to figure out, because I liked history, I just kind of wanted to understand, things don't happen in a vacuum. So I was trying to understand like 1776, but, well, how did Mexico not, how did it shrink?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So putting those things into context, so I was just kind of writing to understand, the cause and effect of how we end up literally where we are today. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, and so that's why I did it.
Was like at that time, did you get any like negative feedback from the label or any blowback?
It was
from
on
that?
my demo, but the thing is, I wrote it. And
shout out to the demo days.
Yeah, it was literally on my demo, and then my whole plan was to never put it out on the first album.
Right.
I just wanted to record it because I knew me. I was like, I'll end up losing my notebook,
right? And
then I ain't gonna have a song, so I just kind of just went over Voodoo House. I laid it, and then my whole point was I'll put it on my second album because I didn't want to like ban myself. I was like, I'm gonna get in trouble for this song. So then my mom heard it. And she was like, you gotta put it out. And
that's a mom.
Rest in peace. Yeah, my mom was like, you gotta do it. And the label was pretty, they signed me with it, but then they kind of was like, you sure you want to put this on there? And I was like, my mom told me. So yeah, they didn't push a lot, but they kind of were like, maybe not. But we still, to their credit, they let me be who I was.
It's crazy too, because like when we think of like debut albums, like I feel like Soul on Ice, like doesn't get mentioned enough. Like it was such a dope project. Do you feel like obviously you feel like it's slept on?
I did. Here's the rub. My album actually came out a year and a half later than it was supposed to because we were independent at Patchworks, and then we got the opportunity to have different labels, like a bidding war.
Right.
So, there was Def Jam, it was Def American, Rick Rubin, I didn't know Loud. They didn't even tell me Loud gave me an offer because I would have took Loud.
Hey, that checks out because X at the time was on Loud.
Well, he wasn't on Loud yet.
Oh, I mean, Steve was living in LA, right?
Steve had Mobb Deep.
Right.
The Licks were on Loud.
Yeah, the Licks. The Licks, I think, were the first artists signed to Loud.
Maybe, yeah. And then they had Wu-Tang. So they had a squad over there. And then, I picked Priority because it was... I was afraid of Def Jam. I was like, it's big dogs. I'm this young dude, and I didn't want to go. And I was like, how am I get to New York all the time and something go wrong? So kind of the logic was to pick a label that was based in LA so I could at least go try to, create rapport with the relationship, with my projects. But I didn't know Loud had made that offer. And
why didn't you know? Was it just
because my production team,
right?
The offer was lower, so they didn't even let me know because they wanted the money.
Oh,
and Priority and Def Jam were doing.
So many artists get fucked up because they work with managers or they work with production companies,
right? Who have a different agenda.
Well, because at the end of the day, like they don't got to recoup,
right?
You got to recoup,
right?
They just want that front end bag because they're gonna get their cut off the rip,
right on top.
Advance. So who's got the bigger bag? Let's go,
right? And that's they. Because I didn't even know that until like 2 years ago. It was on some call, and then Rifkin was like, he said, you're the only person I ever made an offer to that didn't sign to me. I was like, news to me. Never knew that.
Wild.
Yeah. So coulda, shoulda, woulda. Because I would have went to, of course, Def Jam, but it was far.
Right.
I was just like,
and Priority was more like a West Coast based label.
Yeah, it was West Coast based, but Loud was a hip hop label, and it was in LA.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they had squad. So
who was that Priority? Like Brian Shafton,
Brian Turner, Dave Weiner.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Andrew Shack.
They had, didn't they? I think me and Shafton were talking about this because I think they had also in that building, like they had some sort of deal with Black Market Records and Brother Lynch.
Yeah, of course. They did all the independents.
Yeah.
So all the Bay independents, they were the distributor.
Yeah.
So all the Bay people. We were in the CNN building, so that was always kind of fun. Seeing Wolf Blitzer and shit on the rando.
Cool.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. Yeah.
I always was curious. So you've been a part of kind of two groups, if you will. Super groups. So, because I think like 3 Card Molly is one of the dopest like posse cuts ever, and I was kind of mad because I don't think Exhibit did it at Rhymefest. And I was like, bro, this is the 3 Card Molly fucking crowd. Do it here.
You know what? You know what's funny? He asked me to go to Rhymefest. I didn't make it. I had to do something else. And so he was like, when he hit me, he was like, yo, you want to come out? You should do 3 Card Molly. And I was like, bro, I was like, I can't make it. So he probably didn't do it because
you weren't there. I mean, yeah, because he would have just did one
verse. It would have had more impact. It would have been more fun. And I start that record out.
Right, 100%.
So I think that's probably why he didn't do it.
So
shouts out to X. I just saw him Monday, man. So,
killing it. His album was amazing.
Yeah, man. Yep, Kingmaker.
So you end up there's this like it's kind of like the detox of West Coast groups, the Golden State Warriors.
Yes, you're right. The greatest idea that never happened.
And then like you guys had decided like the Golden State Warriors were a thing, and then the actual team was like, nah.
No. Right.
So break down what happened with the group.
So
it's obviously you, Saphir, and Exhibit.
And
rest in peace to Saphir.
Absolutely, we love him. We love him. We love him. But anyway, so we become the group. Exhibit. We do songs with each other's albums. And
because you're on At the Speed of Life.
Yeah.
His first album. Yeah.
I'm on like the first 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
So and then
40 Days, 40 Nights.
Yeah. Plastic Surgery.
Yep.
Saphir. Whatever. So we start doing this thing. And then Exhibit Bitch Please pops. So he's got a lot more visibility. And then he gets this label offer. Open Bar is this label. And then he gets this offer. So one of the things he wants to do is like, the group, bro, let's go now.
Yeah.
And then with that much attention, that's when the basketball team was like, fuck y'all. Y'all not going to be nothing. Like, you are not the Golden State Warriors.
How many records did you guys have recorded?
Working on it? Like 7. We just never finished. Honestly, this is again, agendas. The label, my particular label Priority Records all of a sudden wanted so much from Exhibit, it got crazy. We need 2 songs on each soundtrack. They're like, bro, he's not signed to y'all.
Exhibit's on fire right now.
Right, he's on fire.
So they're like, yo, in order for us to let him do
Rass
this.
do this, I'm like, you're an idiot. He's giving us the layup. We got Dr. Dre. We got what are you doing?
This is going to help my shit. What you guys got.
They drug it out for a year and we lost the situation. Like, it was really heartbreaking, and that's kind of when I really soured with the label, because it was just like, now it just seems like y'all purposely trying to destroy the career. Like, bro giving us the alley-oop, he's on the Eminem albums, the Dre stuff, and all he's saying is, and he gonna get us a bag. And y'all gonna get a piece of my bag anyway.
Right. Like, y'all gonna get...
And then the record's gonna go platinum
and
or whatever.
And then when I drop my shit, it's gonna be...
out of here.
Yeah.
We can eat. But it was kind of like, there's a saying in a record contract. It's basically, it says, if you can sue for breach of contract if the label was unable and or unwilling to execute its duties. So at that point, I was like, unable is just they're not capable, they don't get it. Unwilling is like sabotage. And that's when I started feeling like, y'all sabotaging this shit now. And that's when I,
Well, because there is a...
yeah.
I don't know how many people know. I mean, as a kid, I went to the Warehouse, Christown Mall in Phoenix, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
And I had Assassination already and Soul on Ice and waiting for Van Gogh. And I got this fucking demo CD. I forget what all was on this demo.
My demo, my first
Van
demo?
Gogh, there was a Van Gogh sampler.
Yeah, it was a sampler. That was, I think, hosted by, Kid Capri and
I was
K.
going to say, there was a DJ thing aspect of it.
It might have been K. Slay and Kid Capri. I think.
And I just remember burning that shit out. You had the Alchemist record on there.
Right.
Which was fucking crazy. Van Gogh doesn't end up coming out until you did a version of it like 7 years ago, 5 years ago,
I
something
just
like that.
Put the record together the way it was. Yeah.
So was this so I want to get into the Alchemist thing, but first I want to just figure out what happened with so the sampler's out. It feels like there's
the momentum's going. Is
that when you're like, fuck y'all?
Well, this is again unable and or unwilling. So here's the play.
You guys had fucking ads in the magazines and all that.
We're going. So here's the thing. All is well. We've already pressed up the vinyl. We've pressed up vinyl for a single. The single that I perform on, Star and Buck Wild had a cable show in New York.
Okay.
And Moni Love was the host also. And so I performed this song, and I also had put it on K. Slay's mixtape. It's called Home Sweet Home. It's the Alchemist beat.
Great song.
So the label says, you should, this is when the irritating thing. They're like, you should have Exhibit on this song. I'm like, you fucking groupies. He's on 2 other ones. We got the NBA record, and I had this song called Sex that Jelly Roll produced. So I'm like, I'm not putting bro on every song. I remember I said, if you wanted to sign Exhibit, you should have signed it.
Yeah. Don't
start trying to pimp me out to overuse my homeboy. That's whack.
Right.
And I like this song how I did this song. I'm going to leave the song how it is. But they end up taking...
They're trying to use your relationship with your friend.
Right.
And
over pimp it out.
It's like, yo, come on, guys. I
got... there's 2 on here already. Relax. Right. You know what I mean? So the vinyl's getting manufactured. On the low, we got Scott Storch. We got a Kanye record. We got a blah, blah, blah. My record's fire. And
by the way, this is Kanye, way before Kanye's Kanye.
Right.
This is
right. Yeah. No, you still got Jay-Z.
Right, no, but I'm saying, before, he's like a household, he's just a producer.
Right, just a producer, right.
Yeah.
But long story short, what happens with Van Gogh is that's when the label gets sold. So they bought Capital, EMI bought half and let Brian still run it, Brian Turner. And then they bought the other share, the controlling share, and phased him out.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically my album was, I remember I went in to the new vice president that was coming in, and they gave me a spiel. They said, because my record was coming out in a week. The CDs were manufactured. I should have grabbed the box.
So
I'm an idiot. And they said, look, nobody did their job because the song was Back It Up for Van Gogh. We had shot that video too. That was the single, Rick Rock.
Right, radio joint. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But and so they said, look, we can put it out. It probably won't. It's not going to sell because radio department didn't do nothing. Because everybody was waiting, thinking they're going to get fired. So they busy sending out their resumes.
Right.
Motherfuckers was trying to pay their bills. So it was like, you got two options. What was told to me was we could put it out and then it won't perform and then get dropped. Or let us make amends. We pull the album. We'll give you some more money, and we're going to treat you like the marquee artist that you deserve to be. There. It's like the only people that's going to really end up staying here is going to be you and Snoop Dogg.
Right.
I'm like, I could live with that because Ice Cube he put out his last one. He was done.
Right.
He had fulfilled his obligation. So they was just like, so I was like, fuck, I'll stick it out.
Checks out. Feels like a good move. Yeah.
I'll stick it out. Stupidest decision I ever made. I should have just let Van go. But I mean, when people telling me,
and you would have probably been a free agent,
and then I would have went wherever I wanted to go. I could have went and signed the exhibit, whatever the fuck I wanted to do. I was an idiot.
Bar,
But I processed that. I talked to my friends, and people in the industry, and I was
obviously a way different industry landscape back then,
right?
Too.
But I knew
What year is this? Like 99, 2000?
It's like 2000-ish. Yeah, about 2000, maybe 2001-ish. And so I was just like, okay, I'll stick it out, and the rest is history, literally.
So I want to revisit because obviously your song ends up being Jadakiss, We're Gonna Make It. Which is a classic.
It's a classic.
Now, it sounds like there's an obvious lot of confusion going on with your situation.
Right.
So in retrospect, break down how Jada ends up with that record and how the conflict with Al ends up escalating.
Well, what we've decided, I just saw Al
who's having a legendary run.
He's killing it.
Yeah.
So our thing is we just call it, we had a misunderstanding. We are moving forward. Miscommunication.
There was a lot of moving parts back then.
Moving parts. That record, because think about it. Van Gogh didn't come out.
Your album didn't even drop.
Right. So it went to where it was supposed to go to be exposed, and they did a great job. I feel like I did a great job. Al obviously produced it, so he killed it. The beat's crazy, and we made our piece. So you know what I'm saying, like Al's. First of all, we're probably gonna do some joints.
Great.
Yeah, we're gonna do some joints, and it was really cool when I saw him at Havoc at the Mobb Deep album.
Yeah.
Release party. It's like it wasn't a lot of people. It was, like upstairs
for sure.
So
it was at the Supreme spot.
Yeah, exactly at the Supreme spot.
Nas was there, right?
Nas was there too. Yeah. So I walked up on them, and I got a couple of shouts out my cousin. I was with a S-Class Beats, but there was a couple of us. We walked upstairs, dap everybody up, and then I hugged Al. I was just like,
was that the first time you seen him in a while?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I knew he knew I was going to see him, and I knew I was going to see him because Hav and Storm, those my guys.
Of course.
Like my last album, the Gutter album, Hav did all the production. Hav did all for Mobb Deep, so it was dope. Hugged him. I was like, "What up, nigga?" I even called him a nigga. I was like, "What up, nigga?" And then we was good, man. He was like, "Bro, I want to do the 5 mics." I was like, "Yeah, man, that'd be dope." So
I think it's like a overdoing healing thing. If you guys could just get one in,
yeah. So that's what we're planning on doing.
100%.
But he out there with Premier, I think right now. Aren't they doing that run?
He's in Europe with Primo.
That's what I'm saying, with Primo. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Yeah. I was telling Al.
Amazing.
I was like, bro, you got to have a clone or something. Like, he's got all these albums out at the same time. He's promoting them all at once. Then he's touring with Freddie, but then he drops a Hit Boy album, and then he's doing movie premieres, and now he's with I'm like...
Hey, look. You can sleep when you're dead, ain't that what they say? He out there working, so shit.
100%.
I salute his grind. He out there getting it, and the product is good.
Hey, we got to stop the interview to tell you about our good folks, ODDSOX, man. Now these are the ODDSOX basics, ladies and gentlemen. Now when I tell you, this is a product that every single day I'm alive for the last 5-6 years I have used. Are these ODDSOX basics. Now, what ODDSOX is doing is they're kind of reinventing the sock game, if we're being honest, and the underwear game. A lot of times you'll hit Walmart, you'll hit Target, you'll get some socks, you'll get some draws. They're affordable. They end up with holes in them. They don't really feel great. Not ODDSOX, ladies and gentlemen. These ODDSOX Basics are the most comfortable socks I've ever had on my feet. Not only that, but they're super affordable. $14.99 for a 6-pack. That's it. ODDSOX.com. And if you don't believe me,
Sock check, fool.
sock check, fool. Wait, the X is on the other side. There we go. Ah! You see that? Sorry, you had to see those white legs. But it's so dope that, I get to push a product that I use and that I love. So ODDSOX, they got the 6-pack of socks for $14.99 at ODDSOX.com. The basics. This is the future of socks, the future of underwear, comfort and affordability. I'm talking about affordability without jeopardizing the quality, because they are the most comfortable socks you'll ever put on your feet, ladies and gents. And the et ceteras. Got to show love to the et ceteras. We like all the stripes on the flag. They're ODDSOX.com, man. Much love to my brothers over there. Make sure you get some right now. ODDSOX.com. Let's get back to the interview. Yo, I want to talk because you are also a father of some incredible talents.
Thank you.
For people who don't know, who are your sons?
My sons are Rass Austin and Taj Austin. They're twins in a group called Contra.
Coast Contra has been,
Rockin'.
I think they kind of brought back I wouldn't say they brought back the freestyle thing, but they literally created a buzz and just
off of freestyle.
Like, watch, we're gonna rap and it's gonna be
at a table,
undeniable,
right?
and it's a thing now.
Yeah, man.
How cool has that been for you as a father to just see that?
It's for one, it's surreal to me. I remember them asking me to go to a showcase.
Yeah.
And, we were doing songs together, but I hadn't seen them perform. And I remember when I went in, I saw my homeboy, a dude named Tone Lopez, Tone from here.
Yeah.
And so I see my homie at this kind of young boy, everybody, most of the music is maybe a little more wavier, trappier.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm enjoying it, but I'm kind of we're like the OGs in the spot, right? And I'm like, what you doing here? He's like, I came to check out these dudes. There's this other group who's awesome too.
Right.
And then he's like, what you doing here? I'm like, my kids is performing, moral support. Anyway, they rock. And I remember he was like, yo, who them niggas? I was like, that's my kids. And so he just fell in love with him. He actually put him on their first tour, the Corday shit.
Yeah,
so Tone is Chris Brown's tour manager and all that. So he... that relationship opened that door. But I remember thinking, when I looked at him, because I was like, I thought they were good, but I'm biased.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So I couldn't even say if I liked it or not, because I felt like I was going to be biased. But then when Tone was like, yo, them niggas is dope. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, so it's not my bias. It's actually that they are dope. So
it's almost like they went to the Razzcast School of Rapping.
Well, they got it honest on both sides. Their mom can write. Tidra Moses, she's a writer. She can.
Oh yeah, she's incredible.
Yeah. So they got it honest on both sides. Yeah, that's
I
their
didn't
mom.
know that was your BM. Yeah.
Shout
out to Tidra.
Yeah. Absolutely.
She had a great career.
Yeah, she write her ass off. Pen game's crazy.
Pen game's crazy.
So, her and Neo, they was up that was all our clique.
Yeah.
Pin game.
Fire.
Neo pin game. Sick. He can write.
No.
So, they got it honest on both sides, man. And I'm excited. Because they stuck to, again, people were suggesting be trappy or do this. And they were just bars. They bar dudes.
This is the thing, bro. Yeah. There's enough of that shit out there.
Right.
Had they came out as a 4-person group doing that kind of music, they might not have made it.
Right. It wouldn't hit the same.
It's not like... There's a missing piece of the marketplace that needs to be filled.
Right.
And I feel like, especially from the younger generation.
And you know what was super cool? I was, shouts out to Dave Chappelle for one. I definitely want to thank him. He invited me amongst other people to the premiere of his new Netflix special. But Thundercat, I hadn't seen Thundercat in a while. Legend. So he waves in. He's like, yo, your kid's this new album is fucking phenomenal. I'm like, they will fucking freak out when I, you know what I'm saying? When I tell them that, because they're a fan, they're students, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it was really nice. Everybody, a lot of people don't always know they're my kids. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't lean into that. They're trying to pave their own and blaze their own trails. Rio Lowe's.
And then the one dude is He's also like a Spanish artist.
Yeah, he's Colombian.
Yeah. Well, like, because him and my artists have like done like Spanish music together.
Bro.
And I was like, yo, that's him?
He Colombiano.
Like,
so
crazy.
they all came, the Raz Taj and Rio Los came together when they graduated high school. They was 17. So when they came out here, there's a third guy. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you know, I remember one time I talked to his mom, straight Spanish. She don't speak English like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's really him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he'll bar out and then he'll bar out in Spanish like he goes. Man.
Nah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah. And Eric too. Like, and they met Eric out here.
Yeah.
But like I guess like a month or so once he like give a guy some gumption. He apparently drove out here like fuck that, I want to run like from Philly. So they dope kids and they kept it true to themselves, and I'm grateful that the culture gave them an opportunity. That's what I wanted to land on. Yeah.
On Assassination, you had Dre on the album, and it was kind of like that weird like point in time in Dre's career where like he left Death Row. The Chronic 2001 hadn't dropped yet. I think the only thing that came out was like the Aftermath album. And so it was like Dre was kind of in limbo. Like,
right.
What's your relationship with Dre like? And like, just talk about getting him on Ghetto Fabulous back then.
I don't speak to. I don't have a negative relationship with Dre. I think everybody just kind of goes in their directions. He's got. You know, Dre said something to me once. That was incredible. He basically said he had gave me his like top 5 MCs on like MTV or something, and then I ran into him, and then he was like, "You know, I gave you my top 5," and I was like, "I know." Everybody text me. I heard. He's like, I don't have to. He's like, basically he said, "I don't have to gaslight you." He's like, "My grandchildren ain't got to be shit." The implication being, he could fuck off the bag, his kids can fuck off the bag, and his grandchildren can fuck off the bag.
Everybody will be fine.
His great-grandkids would still be fine. I was like, bar. So yeah, he's always, I've learned a lot from him. I know him and Exhibit have like a lot more rapport. I saw him for something. So it was, had a positive interaction. And then,
did you ever like help him writing or anything?
Well, I mean, I did some writing over there. Obviously, for Ghetto Fabulous, I wrote that verse. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's another thing he said. He was like, because he's never been like a dude that like acts like he writes the illest rhymes.
No, he's never.
He's never fronted that way. So he's always about like wanting to get the best verses. So I did some writing. Some of the stuff nothing I did landed except for my record, the Ghetto Fabulous record. But yeah, man, he's brilliant. And his grandchildren ain't got to be shit.
When you look back at that album, because it's funny because, I mean, I was born in 87.
Right.
You got to think, when that album comes out,
Me too.
I'm like 10.
Me too.
You were born in 87.
I know, I'm lying.
There's no way in hell.
Lies I tell.
But
emotionally.
It's funny because that Assassination was the first album of yours I had. And then I went to the warehouse and found Soul on Ice Used.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? What do you when you think about? Because I thought there were some bangers on that album, and I'm
the kid right before Eminem.
Well, that's the album that made me like a fan of yours.
Thank you.
But like, and like, I'm like so disconnected from like narratives and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, this shit's hard. But then like you hear like people be like, it was disappointing, or it wasn't Soul on Ice. Like when you think back of the second album, what are your thoughts?
I think it's the same album. I always tell people that Soul on Ice. I mean, obviously, I had an opportunity to work with Dr. Dre. I'm not an idiot. I had an opportunity to work with Easy Mo B and RZA. Fuck that. Yeah, I mean, of course, I was going to utilize
with a vampire. Some shit on there, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, but here's the rub. I remember Dre. I mean, I don't want to keep talking about Dre, but I remember later on, Dre was like, after Ghetto Fabulous and all that, and Rass Nation comes out, he was just like, you ain't going to be a star if you stay at that label. Because think about it. He gives me the alley-oop. The dude right after me is Eminem, and they get it right. They do it right.
Knock it out the park.
They knock it out the park. So if my company had just done halfway decent, he gave me the alley-oop.
Right.
He gave me a fire beat that everybody knew the tango track. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mac 10 is popping over with No Limit and no, he wasn't No Limit yet. He was still with Cuban them.
Okay.
West Side Connection. So they set me up for a win.
Yeah.
and then my I don't know why my company was either unable or unwilling. And I remember Dre, because I was a little dejected, because then they blamed me.
Damn.
They said that, like, I was like, really? Like,
because that was your last album on Priority, technically.
Essentially, yeah.
Because Van Gogh never came out. Yeah.
Exactly, and then it was supposed to be Golden Child.
Golden Child, yes.
Right. So, because I had to keep, it was either put out Van Gogh and fumble or pull a record and do a Golden Child. And that's why I took some of those records.
I had like the Napster days. I had Golden Child.
Yeah.
It was on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's early days. The Wild Wild West of the internet.
I burnt the CD.
As you should.
But it wasn't like, it still isn't out, right?
Yeah, it never came out.
But it's out though.
I mean, it exists.
Yeah.
But I never put it out. Yeah.
Are you glad that it leaked?
I mean,
because that whole album is out.
I would rather, so.
Because I'm like, I remember having that shit in my CD book, but it was
because you burned it. Yeah.
Because it was on Napster.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad, the point of,
that was really an early first time, like a full unreleased album had come out that never dropped.
Right. I have some unfortunate firsts. I definitely do. But I would rather people hear it. And Jazzy Jeff, he had an interview where he said, "Die empty." So what's the point of keeping all this shit? Yeah, don't keep it. So I'm glad at least the world got to hear it. All the hard work of people investing in producing it, mixing it, mastering it, giving me features, singing, whatever the fuck, that whole process. For nobody to hear it would be even more of a travesty. Yeah. So fucking, I'm glad that it exists.
Damn near impossible for you to ever drop it officially because of all the moving parts.
I could, because I don't think they even give a fuck about it.
Yeah, just throw it up in a
I make some vinyls and shit. Yeah, I might.
Talk to me about how you end up coming, because there's another guy who's an alien, RJ Payne.
Yeah. Yes.
Dr. Dre also loves.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
You guys end up dropping this joint project with
Gutter.
Havoc last year.
Yep, the Gutter.
How does this come about? Because
Payne, obviously, he does, his freestyles, he be bodying, and I think I recall he may have reached out to me. I'm sure we followed each other, like some shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like, bro, dope. I can't take from somebody what God gave him. You know what I mean? So, and then I think at some point, communication was like, yo, could you do a verse for me? Like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Of course.
And then vice versa. So it started from there. Just mutual respect. Then somebody asked somebody for a verse. Maybe it was me asking him. I don't remember. But then at some point, Hav was like, I had told Havoc one time about this idea. I was like, I'm a fan. I want a Mobb Deep album, right? And at this time, it just, P had passed.
Right.
We were in Texas. We were in not Houston. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But we were at the same. I was hosting. He was performing. Anyway, and I was like, you can never duplicate Mobb Deep. What could be cool is get an East Coast rapper, but not nobody from Queens, because it's going to be direct comparison. There will never be a Mobb Deep. 100%. So I was like, get a Philly nigga or get a Brooklyn nigga and get another nigga from somewhere else. Me. That was my pitch. I was like,
that's me.
Right. Get a West Coast dude, get an East Coast, but not from Queens. And at least, you know what I'm saying? At least there's an outlet to get on some grimy shit, because I missed that. You know what I'm saying? And so he thought about it, and eventually one day he was like, yo, we should do it. And then he was like, I like that RJ Payne nigga too.
He's cold, man.
And then I was like, bro, I'm gonna call him. And I, you know what I'm saying? I asked him, like, would you be interested in rocking with me and Havoc on a project? And he obliged, and we got some crazy records on there. The Meth record with me, Meth Fame, Forbidden P, Sway.
Crazy.
Sway, he's like...
well, you did the Wake Up Show anthem.
Yeah, but him, like, he damn near rapping on this shit. He talking this shit, and Raekwon.
Want to give a shout out to our family at Rokin, man. Rokin, listen, I love these vapes. Rokin Cannabis, make sure you go shoot them a follow. I was in Austin, Texas, and I was off the Rokin in Texas, even though I'm not sure legally I was supposed to be off the Rokin in Texas. But look, you got to go follow them right now. Go to rokincannabis.com, shoot them a follow on social media. You'll see it down below. They got the solventless rosin, pure. It will melt you in a good way, by the way. All right. So make sure you go shoot them a follow, man. And you know, we only rock with the premium, the best. And when I tell you, Rokin is the best, they've been doing this for so long. And man, the rosin, the solventless rosin, man, it hits. All right. So they got the disposables, they got the carts. Let's just open one of these up just so y'all can see. These carts are beautiful. All right, we got it open. He fast forwarded. All right. So this is the cart. And then obviously you got your disposable right here. Both of these incredible. Follow them and check them out, rokincannabis.com. Is it for like, I feel like at least this year, it feels like, and I think the clips have a lot to do with it. Obviously, Freddie put out, I mean, there's been some great hip hop.
It's been great hip hop this year.
But I do feel like, you know, it feels like the narrative is starting to shift a bit that hip hop is a young man's sport.
You think still?
No, I think that like over the last like decade, people are like, yo, if you're old head or whatever. Right. But I do feel like, you know, this year has kind of shifted that thought.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with you.
You know,
yeah,
where it's
absolutely.
like, hey man, like at the end of the day, like
bars is bars. Look at Nas. I mean, Nas is having a fuck.
And I also think there's something to be said that like you like, you know, there are people who might stream, but they might have a shitty deal.
Right.
You know, they can't sell any fucking tickets.
Right.
It's really about like, how can you like really monetize and like super serve whatever fan base you have.
Right.
However big or small it is.
Right.
And just make the best possible music. And then when you do that, like it can fucking reach the masses. Like,
I mean, at this point, you just gave a very good example. Alchemist surfing out here.
Oh my God.
Come on, man.
It is.
And he's not, you know, he was born in 87 too. I'm just saying, we're just as young as you.
Yeah, Al is an OG at this point.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, dude, that's the first Mobb Deep album he got a placement on, and that's fucking that's not Hell on Earth. Sorry, it was Murder Music.
Murder Music.
But nonetheless, it's just crazy because I just like just
so it can be done. Like you said, the narrative has shifted from it's a young guy
posting an RJ Payne freestyle, and I'm like, maybe we got a chance here, you know?
Man. I think talent supersedes, and nobody had ever created that narrative in any other genre before. So that was a weird thing that we created this ageism in rap. Nobody did age. Nobody tells fucking Dolly Parton that she shouldn't have big tits and sing her country western songs. That's like everybody for rap. It got weird, and so I'm glad that we were destroying that, and it really got destroyed by people putting out superior product. You know what I'm saying? The Clips, superior product. De La Soul, superior product.
Oh, the De La Soul, I'm so fucking
right.
Good.
It's just
I can't wait to hear the Nas Primo album. It comes out tomorrow night.
Fucking A. Does it?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Or next weekend. It's either next Friday or tomorrow. Or tonight, actually. It's Thursday night.
Wow. Nice. Okay.
Yo, you end up on the WWF Aggression album?
Yes.
I
can see.
I'm a huge wrestling fan.
I see.
Stone Cold's behind you.
Absolutely.
You're on the Triple H song, Mystical.
Yes.
How does that happen? Like that's because this is straight Attitude Era, the fucking best time of wrestling. They put out a fucking album where all these rappers are remixing the theme songs and shit.
Those are the brainchilds of Party Records. They always, for some reason, they would get most of the soundtrack,
right?
And they pitched it and kind of paired us. I probably would say Andrew Shack may have called those audibles and paired me with Mystical, who I'm a fan of musically. And you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, that was kind of corporate suit thinking at its finest. That's when they did a good job.
Were you, like that's back then? It's not as easy to email. Were you in Mystical getting in, or is that like?
Yeah, you go in the studio.
You guys got in and did it together.
Yeah. Had to go record shit. There was no pro. I mean, there wasn't even Pro Tools up back then. I don't think.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think it was Pro Tools. Just reel to reels.
Reel to reel.
Yeah, and you got to go in there and go say your shit, and then take the two big ass reels and bring them somewhere else.
What you were kind of a part of so many eras of what I would call like the underground. You know,
I am the Forrest Gump of hip hop. I've been everywhere. I'm in every picture.
Right. I mean, true though, because like you're a part of this like West Coast like Renaissance with the X and it's very much like it's very underground-esque because like at that same time you got like Dilated People and all that and like J5 and And then like you end up on like raucous record shit, like the Lyricist Lounge, or like, and then you're like a lot of Wu-Tang shit.
The Daywalker, man. I'm all over the Daywalker.
What was kind of like your favorite era of just the underground rap shit? Because it feels like it's always evolving. Like I feel like nowadays underground hip hop is like they're like super like weird gothic kids who like wear like fucking giant pants and like are like idolize Playboy Cardi. Like
right. I don't know if I have a favorite era. I do, I think of Unity, man, rest in peace, Bigger B, who also worked at Loud.
That's ABB Records, right?
Yeah.
There.
So that was because
that's where a lot of people met.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
look, my best friend's brother is Rocka.
Oh, wow.
So I've known
my
best friend I've known since 3. His big brother is Irish Science.
Wow.
So I kind of came up like as like a little dirty white kid, like taking in all this shit, you know what I mean?
That's lit.
But
so you were already, so you started this shit on
bro, when I was fucking
bars, right?
When I was 14 years old, I was chilling in a Fat Beats office,
right?
Fucking for the expansion team release thing that Rod Digger performed at. Fucking, then there was the release show with, I think J5. Like we were coming out here to LA. My parents, by the way, very liberal with just allowing me to get in the car with my 16-year-old homie and drive to Los Angeles,
which is
do
a
rap
beautiful
shit.
thing.
Fuck yeah, changed my life.
Absolutely.
What do you feel like? I always say this: like, there isn't enough of. There's so much travesty going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
Stuff that I feel like that should be represented in hip hop more musically. Mm-hmm. We talked about Nature of the Threat. Obviously, you've worked with Immortal. I always say, who's our Immortal Technique right now? We don't have like somebody who's like, and maybe I'm just like missing out on it because there are people who are speaking up and shit, but there's so much going on when it comes to what's going on in Gaza. Geopolitically, there's a lot happening.
Flooded the zone, man. It's like, I did a song. I did a song on a free EP. The EP is called FAFO, Fuck Around, Find Out.
Okay.
And I got a song called Who the Victim. And that shit's like one of them epic 6-minute songs. I mean, I can make it if nobody listens. That's not my fault.
But I just think back then it's like we think about like, I guess the conscious hip hop was semi-commercial back in the day. Like there was like gold records, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Common was catching plaques and shit.
Right. Yeah.
I just don't know who that is like now. Like that is like on like at least like from a certain generation that maybe still has like crazy commercial viability that just like, yo, let me put out a crazy record that just breaks people's brains.
I think JID sometimes.
JID.
You know what I'm saying?
JID's incredible.
Yeah. So I mean, he says some.
Like Denzel Curry is incredible, and he just removed all his music from streaming services in Israel. So if you're in Israel, you can't listen to Denzel Curry.
And I can't ruin it. It's people making stands. We all do our part, and some people's platforms are going to be bigger than others. So.
My thing is like I used to learn information from music,
right? But
I used to catch gems where I'm like, wait, I didn't.
Right.
What? Like, talk about your song. We're talking about like...
you must learn from me. It was facts in there,
Like, there's shit where you're like, damn, like people used to be able to like learn shit.
Right.
And I'm like, who's like put like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm like I feel like it'd be dope if someone like, like a JID or someone in that generation just said, hey, I'm going to do 10 joints and it's going to be fucking radical.
Put it out there in the universe.
Yeah.
Who would you want? They got to be smart enough, qualified to at least speak on it. See, that's the thing. Some people.
That's true.
Because I don't expect Michael Phelps.
Nah, because you're right.
Because
you don't want people to just throw some shit out in the world, and then people be like, "Well, that's not even like." Let me fact check this song.
Right.
Huh. I don't know, man. Who is very astute? I think JID is a pretty astute guy.
Yeah, he comes off. He comes. I've never met him, but he comes off as very.
Man, I think
I like that word too, astute.
Who would really?
Oh.
Fuck the shit. Like, we just got GNX from Kendrick. Can you imagine? And that's like all bops, right? Can you imagine if he followed up with like his West Coast
version
of some
Put it in the universe.
Public Enemy shit?
He could pull an all-star cast and murder, death, kill it. And he's the guy that could get Chuck D on the hook with blah, blah, blah. I mean, let's Ann come on. Top Dog. Come on, man. Let's put it together.
Because I remember there was like a discussion about how you had almost had a situation with Jay-Z and Rockefeller West.
Yeah.
Is that something, like, what? Break that down.
They wanted a Rockefeller West. We were label mates. So Jay-Z's first album, Reasonable Doubt.
That was on Priority. Yeah.
So then, and then Priority fumbled on him, but he had an out.
The biggest fumble ever.
And completely fumbled.
And good for him that they fumbled. Because he might not have the same career.
He definitely wouldn't trust. But he had an out. I didn't have the same out that Jay had.
He got in and out. One out.
What it is he was in a production deal. So his production deal, you got to remember, it was Rockefeller Freeze Priority, which is Todd Terry. Freeze was Todd Terry. Todd Terry made all his money producing house songs. He's a black dude, but he made house music for Madonna. So his bag was crazy.
It was crazy, yeah.
So when Priority fucked up, Jay and them were able to hit Todd and say, drop us. And that severed the connection. Then Jay immediately went to Def Jam. If I could have got Priority,
Save the label.
If I
him and
could,
DMX, yeah.
Right. If I could have got fucking Patchworks at the time to
By the way,
drop
technically,
me,
Warren G saved the label. Or Def Jam, technically.
Yeah.
Got to give some.
Bro, there was a time for a long stretch where, and you know how big Snoop is, but in Europe, it was Warren.
I don't think people understand the Warren G run.
Bro.
It was fucking crazy.
We'd be doing festivals. And, you know, in L.A., what you would expect, or in New York, Warren was the man. Like, big records, big. They hit them. I mean, he picked the right shit.
So you and Jay-Z are label mates?
Oh, yeah. So
So
they brought me in one summer. I swear we just had this conversation last night. This is crazy that you. So I'm living at, Jay had 2 apartments. His 160, I forgot what it is, State Street. Anyway, it's this apartment, gated in downtown Brooklyn by the big ass clock in Brooklyn, State Street. So I'm staying there. Tata, his guy,
of course. That's his right hand,
right hand, and Beehive, his cousin.
Yeah. So
I stayed for the summer to create some music and see if it's a good fit, and then he. I fumbled on the one. We went. I feel like what the music was coming out dope. We went out to a club one night. Me and Jay. Okay.
What year is this? 2000 somewhere?
Nah, not 2000. 97-ish.
Okay.
This is before Rass Assassination. I go out there working on Rass Assassination. That's why I had the waterproof. Jazzo produced it.
Yep. Yeah.
So
facts.
yeah. So we went out that night. I had been there for like a month. Blue came. Our other cousin Blue came. BMF Blue. That's our cousin Blue Da Vinci. So they would come, come hang out with me. But long story short, we went to a club one night. And there was some tension. There was some beef. I won't mention the other people. But it's just me and Jay. And these dudes are really big, like goon size. And I remember, like, Jay was cool as a fiddle, and then one of the niggas was like, "You with him?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, like, that's the homie, man. I came with, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I started drinking Hennessy because I'm just like, we gonna get fucked up tonight.
Right?
Like these niggas is big. I know Jay a tall nigga, but these niggas is goons. There's like 4 of them. I'm like, we gonna get fucked up. So I started drinking, preparing to get beat up.
Yeah.
Because if they fire on Jay, then I got
you got to be ready to just jump. And
I'm a little ass nigga, so I'm like, fuck, I might as well just numb. I'm a numb up ahead of time. So I got really really drunk, and then Jay jumped on the mic and barred out, spit some shit, party packed, fly, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And he barred out, and then he was like, I got my man out here from L.A. Razzcast crowd with me. I'm so drunk I can't say I fumbled. That was one of my biggest coulda, shoulda. So, and I remember I lost the crowd, I lost the momentum, which is why I take this shit seriously. But it was, I felt like I should have got credit because I was preparing for us to get beat up. You know what I mean? So, but when it's time to spit them bars, you got to do your stuff. Nobody wanted coulda, shoulda, woulda. So I fumbled on the one, and I think from there it dissipated, and the relationship was never the same again.
So at that point in time, he was already plotting doing a West Coast version of Rockefeller, because that's early. 97 is like, Rockefeller's not like known, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he was up.
Because 97 Volume 1 comes out in 97, right?
Right. Yeah, probably Volume 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously he's still fucking Jay-Z. But
Yeah. Well, he done fucked around. You know, he went from 0 to like gold to platinum. And then it was like
yeah, it
four
was like
times
once
better.
Volume 2 happened, it was like, shit's like, oh, this is different. Because then he headlines the Hard Knock Life tour.
Right.
Which was crazy that DMX didn't headline that, if I'm just being honest, at that time. It's kind of crazy. Rest in peace to DMX.
Rest in peace to DMX.
Hey, we got to wrap up this interview. Another one presented by Jardín, baby. You already know what it is. Shout out to Jardín for presenting another episode of the Bootleg Kev podcast. Don't forget, when you're in Vegas, you're getting that taxi, you're getting that Uber, say, take me to Jardín, the #1 cannabis dispensary in the world. Premium selection of the craziest gas you could ever ask for. And then they break down what all the terps mean. It's incredible. Go to Jardín_Las Vegas, shoot them a follow. And when you're in Las Vegas, make sure you shoot them a visit. Talk to me about the Four Horsemen thing. It feels like one of the more like interesting, a lot of weird moving parts. You guys ended up putting out an album. I think M80 was a part of that.
Yeah. I call it our debut finale.
Yeah.
What in the hell?
One and done, huh? That was like grand opening, grand closing.
Absolutely. I literally I called it The Last Ride or something like that. That was the name of the album. My whole shit. And I said at the end of the album, I was like, this is our debut finale. We did one and done. Fuck this shit. Put a fork in it. I think I said some shit like that on the last song, but it's hard. Look, man, it's hard being in a group with one, like, think about it, Pete Rock and CL Smooth, or, you know what I'm saying?
Not many groups last.
It's hard because there's a lot of, that's why I look at Coach Contra, I'm like, damn, that, you know, with that many different people, personalities, ego potentially, all these other things, external factors. Some dude's girl might be bedroom talking, fuck him, you the best, baby, fuck them. And it could really go wrong. So with that being said, there's 4 of us with different careers. They also have different parachutes. Killer Priest got Wu-Tang Clan. Corrupt got Dog Pound Snoop.
Snoop Death Row, yeah.
Canibus at the time, he still got fucking Lauryn Hill and all that.
Full-time job.
Right.
Well, I'm talking about like now.
Oh, no, now. But I'm talking about back then.
Back then, yeah.
Back then,
back then, Canibus has the White Clef.
He got White Clef, that's what I'm saying. I'm kind of the only one without a squad.
Right.
So we could never get it all the way together. And then, I'm going to tell the truth. We worked on the songs. We had originally we had maybe 7 songs.
Okay.
And then I went to jail. And by the time I came out, the shit is out. Like, it's bootleg. You can hear, but it's that. So
you got bootleg so much.
So we got, but I don't know who did. Well, Killer Priest always said Dreddy Kruger in New York, bootlegged us. But we didn't get no money, and the songs wasn't mixed. So my whole thing was COVID gave me an opportunity because I still had all the sessions.
Right.
You know, we all did. We had the right to have the sessions, but they don't be giving a fuck. Corrupt ain't gonna hold no session. You don't care. You know what I mean? So I had, I feel
like Corrupt's the kind of guy you just tell him when and where to show up.
Right. And then he gonna bar it out, and he gonna kill it, he gonna come up with a great hook.
Right.
But me, I'm semi-responsible.
Right.
With the music shit, with organizational. Yeah. And so I just I was working on some albums, and then I remember I had, it was COVID. I was a lot of downtime. So I was just, I was able to, I remember I just was scrolling through my hard drive and my flash drive, and it said Horsemen. I opened it, and I saw this incomplete shit. I was like, you know what? We should just do it. I'll just put it all together. So the cool thing was I put all these records together. I kind of had to glue, take one verse from here.
Of course.
This is Cannabis verse from this one.
Yeah.
And then I started kind of finding production because, you know what I'm saying, some of the production was outdated,
So we got to find some new beats.
Yeah, find some new beats. Yeah. Curated around that, Chino XL, rest in peace. Laid one of the, I told him it was the MPP verse of that album. But, and then the cool thing we did was my man Glitch, his name is Gifted Glitch. He's like a visual, he's crazy, man. So he did all the artwork. We made a poster about the size of your bullet, but it's square.
Right.
Yeah, like that. Whatever.
Okay.
And we drove to Vegas, went to Corrupt's house, put the album cover pitch up, and I said, "Don't say nothing," and I just pressed play, and then.
And this is all, he's just hearing these verses for the first time
He's
in
like,
years.
what is this? When I do
He's
this?
like, when did I record this?
Right. He's freaking out. He's looking at the artwork and he's hearing the album. And the cool thing is that, and Mady was very instrumental, especially helping me because he had some cannabis verses. Mm-hmm. And so, never would negate that. We had already set up a deal. And so I was able to say, if you say yes, however thousands of dollars I have this. I'm going to PayPal you if you say yes. After he heard the whole
Talking
album.
about cannabis? Or
everybody got that. I did everybody.
You did everyone the same presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, look, you ain't even got to do nothing.
You ain't got to do shit. Here's the artwork. Play the music. You want some money?
Right.
And we did it. So, and it was great.
It feels like, it feels kind of like interesting that you and Canibus kind of have like similar, I feel like he's kind of like the East Coast Razzcast, if you will. Like,
really?
When I think of just like lyrical ability.
Oh, yeah, he's insane.
And just like supposed to be like the savior of like, because
he got the opportunities. I didn't get them.
No, I agree. And he also like, I think Canibus is an interesting fellow.
Right. Oh, yeah.
When I interviewed him, I was like,
yeah,
nice guy, but different.
Yeah, definitely. Man, here, I'm going to tell you my cannabis story. This is when I knew cannabis was something else. I was dating this Puerto Rican girl. She looked like Faith Evans, but she was not Faith Evans. But anyway.
Let's not put that out there.
Right. Yeah.
So you're dating a Puerto Rican girl.
Dating this Puerto Rican girl. Her friend was finer than her. She was pretty.
Yeah.
Her friend was fine. We all go out one night in the city in New York, like whatever, but we by the water, by the pier. And I remember cannabis started, I remember the girls trying to like flirt with him. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh, it's really nice out here. And this nigga started talking about, and then the trajectory and the UFOs land. And I'm like, God damn it, nigga. Like, just tell her it's nice out here and touch her butt, my nigga. What the fuck?
He hit her with the conspiracy.
Bro, this nigga went somewhere else. And then he wrote his number down, but he wrote it in words. 1 ONE. NINE.
That is
ONE 7. Like this.
That's the most cannabis shit I ever heard.
Bro.
He lives life like he raps.
Yes, he's absolutely who he says he is, man. That's my best story.
One of your trademarks, you're kind of like the Razor Ramon of hip hop. I mean, because you had that motherfucking toothpick cracking.
Mm-hmm, I got him
for years.
I got him. Mm-hmm.
You were like the guy who like always had the toothpick.
But the whole shit was, I was channeling Fonzie.
Yeah,
the Fonz.
It was like Fonz. I thought it was fly. It was some cool shit. Yeah, because you always see the Fonz or Razor Ramon. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, that was the whole. That's the whole. And the secondary part was me and Exhibit had said at the time we didn't have. I think maybe we got our record deals and we was like, we should stop smoking. I was smoking beaties and he was smoking weed.
It's an oral fixation.
So I was like, I'm gonna train myself. Toothpick.
I'm like that with straws.
Right.
But I fuck up a straw, bro.
Yeah. But I didn't stop smoking. Nigga, he didn't stop smoking either. So it just gave me another bad habit. But I like the toothpick because it looked cool.
Would I feel like anything's possible these days. Mm-hmm. Have you and X ever kicked the ball around of like trying to do something with some of these Golden State songs?
We had that conversation. I just saw on Monday. So
anything's possible in 2025. Everyone's independent.
I'm trying to figure out. Well, he brought it up.
Yeah.
He brought that up. He brought that up to me a month ago or more. So if that's something he wants to do, I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? I think there's something we wanted to do as far as we just have to make sure the state and
Saphir,
right, is done because apparently there isn't a whole Saphir album that would allow us. And think about it, if there's 2 verses per song, let alone if there's 3. Then all you need is 3, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
3 of the songs out of the 10 that he probably made.
Even if you guys just did a fucking
EP,
an EP of just you two, like some.
I want some fear on it.
No, I mean, I think that would be right. But if you couldn't figure out the estate situation,
I think they're working on it. So I say that to say, like,
pulling Alchemist, pulling Muggs, do the whole album.
Come on, man, why not? Yeah. Matter of fact, shout out Muggs too, because I asked Muggs, I need you for 5 mics, sir. You know, you gotta come. You gonna host something for me?
I'll pull up.
You know my party, right?
Yeah,
it's 5 mics. Yeah, man. I need you, man.
Man, what an era when 5 mics used to matter.
Yeah. Well, that we're channeling that kind of energy.
What do you think is the biggest source fumble of a rating of all time? There's a lot of albums that didn't get 5 mics. They got 4.5 or 4. That's fucking crazy.
The biggest.
Doggy Style didn't get 5 mics.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
That's insane.
Yeah, that was bullshit. Fun fact, Soul on Ice, if it would have came out when it was supposed to come out, which would have been early 95, I would have got 6 mics. I would have been the only person to get 6 mics.
They were doing 6 mics?
They were going to give me, because they gave Nas 5, and then they heard Nature the Threat and all this other shit.
And they were going to do 6?
And they was going to give me 6. I promise to God, if I'm lying, I'm flying. But then they heard my album. Then I had to go negotiate for a year and all this other shit. So by the time it came out,
kicked down the.
Yeah, it was old.
Yeah, it's crazy if you think about, like, I guess like XXL shit was cool, but it just never has been. And the thing that sucked was when you kind of figured, and I guess like from a fan's perspective, you don't think about like politics that go into ratings and
right.
But like you're like, oh, some of those 5 mic albums definitely got paid for.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like no disrespect to Lil Kim, because she got a 5 mic album for Notorious K.I.M. And it's a good album.
But it's not 5 mics. No disrespect.
No disrespect.
I love her.
4 mics, not 5.
Yeah. Did Mobb Deep get any 5s?
No.
See, that's insane.
Yeah. The Infamous didn't get 5 mics.
That's crazy.
And then like Only Built for Cuban Links, I think was 4.5.
That's insane. Jesus Christ.
No, there's some shit where you're just...
Jesus Christos.
Just crazy. All right, so you're working on an album called Leopard Eats Face.
Yes, sir.
You just dropped a record with Smith & Wesson.
Yeah, 42. In honor of, Jackie Robinson. Sorry.
Tretch from Naughty by Nature's on the album?
Yeah, that song is called Scar Tissue. And my man Wise P.
Shout out to Wise P.
Yeah. So we dropped 2 singles this quarter. The record comes out first quarter next year. The rest kind of floating out the rest of the year, and then January we start dropping a couple more singles. But we got a lot of I hate when, because I can't remember who did shit, but Beat Miners production, whatever. Tradies on the album.
Shit, shout out to Beat Miners, yeah.
Yeah.
You've had such a crazy synergy with the East Coast.
Yeah, man.
Your entire career.
Yeah, people thought
even for through the East Coast West Coast bullshit.
The Daywalker. I really could. You know, they. I think the fairness of New York is that ultimately, if you could rap good, they
give you a chance.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why people can talk shit about Eminem. They're just like, fuck, the motherfucker can rap good.
Were you like, you're active during the time that all this shit's happening?
Mm-hmm.
This East Coast, West Coast shit, obviously. Is it like because, you know, if you watched, I've watched every fucking documentary about the Tupac Biggie shit that's probably ever been made. But rewatching the Diddy, did you watch the Diddy thing?
I was just about to ask you that. I have not yet.
It's
Everybody's
captivating.
talking about it.
It's really good. But
50 Strikes Again, man.
No, but it's good. And like a lot of the stuff like in there, like I'd already kind of known, but you know, it really kind of paints like I wasn't super like hip to Diddy's connections with the Crips in LA.
Right.
And then the dude who's like his OG from Harlem was kind of middleman in a lot of that shit.
Right.
So it does seem like there is some smoke there on the...
Right.
And if you're Diddy, who we've known to be like a pretty vindictive, like crazy motherfucker, it would make sense if he was trying to rub out Suge and Pac. Because these motherfuckers have been embarrassing you.
Right.
So it's like... But with that being said, in the documentary, there was, like Eric Sermon was saying, this was not like some East Coast, West Coast shit. It was Death Row versus Bad Boy.
Yeah.
Like, and it was created, it was hyped up by the media to be East versus West.
It was always,
I mean, fucking Method Man is on fucking All Eyes on Me.
Right. Yeah, no, they
Boot camp clip. We used to work with Pac. You know what I'm saying? Like,
of course,
Buckshot and all them.
That was his. Yeah, that was his. It was called One Nation.
Yeah,
and it was boot camp with Thug Life, not Thug Life, but the Outlaws.
Right,
Pac and them. Yeah. Everybody. I was always OC was my big bro.
Shout
you know what I'm saying?
And
I was running around like I said with Jay-Z and the Rangers and Bleak, Memphis Bleak. Like I was. So it was really about, even when Pac wasn't there yet, when he got shot, when I went to live with Jay-Z,
you lived with Jay-Z?
It was his apartment on State Street.
Okay.
You know, it was just that
right,
summer.
right.
I did summer camp
Yeah.
at Jay's apartment. But he, what was I saying? I forgot my point.
We were talking about, you were saying that essentially when Pac got shot.
Oh, yeah. I hit Mun and other homies, Bunny B is Mun, and just say, like, I politically, I just felt like I didn't want to, dishonor nobody, but in general, not checking in or nothing like that, but I did let them know, like, hey, man, I'm going to go stay over at Jay-Z's, and, because I know he didn't like Haitian Jack, and he felt like, and Jimmy Henchman, you know what I'm saying? And we worked at Henchman Studio, so I wanted to make sure, like, I didn't look like I was traitoring. So there was you didn't want the street problems. I don't want Suge mad at me. I don't want Pac mad at me, you know what I mean?
Man.
And he was getting mad at people. You know, like,
hey, you know what's crazy? All-time rappers who rap from their stomach is you and Tupac. You guys
really?
You guys both rap from
from the gut.
Yeah, from the gut.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
When you said that right now, I just thought, I was like, oh yeah, you and Pac rap from the gut. You guys have similar, yeah. Who's on the Carson Mount Rushmore of hip hop?
Booyah Tribe, man, because they'll fuck you up. No, that's the homies.
And they're great guys.
And they're great. I love them.
Shout out to Booyah Tribe, man. Good folks. D-Boy's dope too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Bishop Lamont is my brother. I call him Smashy.
Shout out to Bishop, man.
Absol, come on, man.
Absol.
He's on the album too. Me and we finally got one. He did one for me, and I did one for his new album.
Fucking Alien.
Solo, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's some younger brothers. I can't remember all their names. Carson got a deep bench.
Jason
of talent.
Cash is dope.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We got. I need to get even more familiar because I heard she looked like she was mixed, but she's like Samoan and black girl, or maybe Filipino and black girl, and she had bars and she doing some numbers that's starting to pop.
As a kid from Phoenix, I never knew what Carson was before I listened to you. So
yeah, it's
I was like, what is C. Arson?
My Mount Rushmore. For right now, I'll leave it at Booyah Tribe, Absol,
Bishop
and
Lamont,
Smashy.
yourself. You can put yourself on there.
I'm biased if I put me, right?
No, but you kind of built the mountain. You chipped the whole fucking...
Cool, all right. I'll take it. I'll take that. Thank you. Yeah.
How did you come up with calling yourself the Waterproof MC?
Oh, man. I used to always say water off a duck's ass.
Okay.
Because it's waterproof.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even a feather's waterproof, but a duck's ass has got to be super waterproof.
Right.
It's tight and puckered. So that's where it came from. And then niggas was always talking about wetting people up.
Right.
Gun talk.
Yeah, that is true. Right. That was kind of like some 90s slang, like, I'll get you wet. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So
it
was just like, you ain't wetting me. Waterproof.
It was either you were going to get shot or you were going to do PCP if you were wet.
Yeah, if you're wet. Yeah, facts.
All right, so the album's coming out first quarter next year?
Yeah, February 14th, I think. We got some great, songs set this off. We got Onyx on the record. We got Contra, Razzatage.
Fire.
With that record, I really like it because it's with Inspector Deck from Wu-Tang Clan. So I like trying to curate and
bring people together that might not.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Would you ever do more A&R work?
I enjoy it. That's what I like doing.
Yeah, because I do feel like you have you have an appreciation for. I think that's a key of being a good A&R is like, how can I create a situation that might not ever have happened had I not stepped in and made it happen?
I love doing that. And it'd be great to have a budget. So I'd love to. Like
Problems doing it. Jason Martin's.
Well, he's brilliant.
He's so good at that.
Yeah. Brilliant. And he actually got, he got the hands. He can produce. You know what I'm saying? But I got vision, and then my cousin is my hands a lot of times.
Fire.
Yeah.
Good shit, man. So look, album coming out first quarter. Two new singles out.
Yeah, 2 new singles out now. The videos are out. Please support them. Leopard Eats Face. We'll have the vinyls and the CDs and
Independent?
No, I did it with Soul Spasm.
Fire. Okay.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah,
Well, Razzcast, appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
There it is.
Bootleg
Boom.
Kev, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you.